Are your B9 S4 tunes compatible with water meth injection used for cooling air and maintaining a high octane where E85 is not available? We talk about the cooling air.
Yeah,
That's not really, it's not really cooling your air like an intercooler would.
it's a most of the cooling effect you see on water meth systems is evaporative cooling, and that is basically the um, it's sucking heat off of your temperature sensor effectively because it's getting some of that moisture on the sensor that evaporates, and it's going to, through the evaporative effect, it's going to register a much lower temperature than what is actually getting into the motor. That heat isn't going necessarily anywhere. It's all still in the chamber. It's still in, it's still in the engine. It's not escaping. There's no extra like heat sink that's being applied. Um, there's just this extra media in there now, which is marginally, the mass of that media is not going to pull that air temp down the degree that you see on the gauge
It
or the
will,
logs.
it will take some of the heat out of the combustion.
Yeah, and it'll slow the combustion slightly, which is ultimately what knock or octane does. But it's not a fuel. It doesn't do it the same way and at the same rate and at the same consistency that a fuel, an engineered fuel would. So yeah, it's not the same as just an octane, or running a different octane for your motor with just some water meth on a lower grade fuel.
I mean, as far as compatibility in our tunes, we don't recommend running water meth, and we do not tailor our tunes to any type of water meth.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, that is, we've never had a consistent implementation of water meth on any of these platforms, that would allow us to just blanket provide a water meth tune. Everyone that puts these on does it their own way with their own controllers, their own valves, their own
Yeah.
meth ratios, their own. That's just not something that you can realistically tune for. Um, so it's not something, and they're frankly very failure prone, even some of the best systems out there, um, because it's all kind of a homebrew or garage install stuff. It's You get hoses that leak, you get fittings that leak. These fittings weren't designed to be under engine bays. Usually, it's
Yeah.
a push lock quarter-inch fitting
Yeah.
for an industrial application. Um,
Literally, I mean,
some of it's irrigation control for
Nate
the
and
old
I
days, but
are around. We're around when water meth was popularized, and um, I was in one of the groups that actually innovated a lot of the modern, like the snow performance type stuff you see.
yeah,
We and many of us went out and we found these irrigation pumps and all these push lock fittings. It's stuff you can buy at a garden supply store. And so we actually, many of us in the tuning community in the late 90s innovated, in early 2000s innovated water meth, which Snow Performance and some of these other companies took and kind of made big. I messed with it for a year or two. I
I
couldn't
did too.
really benefit from. I didn't see the benefit.
No, I mean, we both
Uh,
had like full control over the tuning, so I think that's where a lot of it,
yeah.
kind of, it wasn't needed. You could tune the motor properly, so you're not band-aiding some part of the map that might be under optimized.
Then over the years at 034, we've had so many customers bring us cars saying, do water math and tune custom tunes for water math. And the one time I was really involved in tuning it was a B5S4, and I kept adjusting the nozzle sizes. Uh,
Oh, we used to have a bank of nozzle
yeah.
sizes to try and get it dialed in for the car,
And so
and then
I went bigger with the nozzle sizes. The power just kept dropping and
yep,
dropping, and it started misfiring. So then I went the other way with the nozzle sizes, and ended up I was like, "This is the nozzle size that works." And then I actually calculated how much water meth was being injected, and it was basically zero.
yeah,
The
it was so weird.
the nozzle was so small that it was essentially injecting 0%, water meth, a very tiny amount. So the point was, the less we injected, the more power the water. And this was on a good high octane fuel. If you want the benefits of water meth, just run E85. It's built in. You just fill your tank with it or blend your E40
Yeah.
mix.
If you don't have
It's all there.
E85, I would not run an E85 map with water meth on top of another fuel. It's
No,
not,
no,
it's not
no,
the same.
no, not even close. So we just recommend not wasting your money on it and focus on being E85. That's where you're going to make all the power.
Yep.
I think the one small benefit you can get from water math is that the math, if you need more fuel, which you don't with our tunes, But if you need more fuel, the meth will, and you need more octane, the meth will get you some amount more octane.
Yeah, but I would use it on top of the normal file
Yes.
your car is mapped for for the fuel you have, and just use it as a a little just an extra padding on top. You could say just keep things a little your knock essentially at zero all the time, and that is going to get you more power.